The XR6 Falcon engine uses a 12mm bolt to hold the cylinder head down. We make a 12mm stud, and we also make, for the big banger engines, we make a 14.2mm stud, which obviously does a much greater job of clamping down the cylinder head. But what we've been starting to find lately in engines with both sizes studs is head crushing. Now, customers sometimes think that the head is lifting or the stud is stretching or whatever when the thing is being tuned up with a big power turbo, but quite often that's not the case. And what we've found is, in this little section of a cylinder head here, you can see that the base where the washer goes has actually been crushing down on the cylinder head. So when you go back and check the engine later on, because it's got a blown head gasket or whatever the problem is, you re-torque that. Because the head's crushed, it will torque up, take quite a lot of torquing to get back to the right torque specs. So naturally one assumes that the stud is stretched, but obviously that is not the case in a lot of instances. So what we've done with the big banger engines is we used to use a normal 9/16 commercially available washer. That's like an ARP washer we used to just buy. We actually make our own now, and we make them the full 28mm in diameter to encompass the entire top of the boss of the cylinder head, where the head bolts down. So that way we're spreading the load over the greatest possible area. And these big gas turbos that are out there that are making massive power will then hopefully be able to be tuned in a manner that won't shock too much of the cylinder head casting to such a degree that we have a head gasket related problem. Obviously, once we get to the limit of the block casting and the limit of the head casting, we're at the limit of the power output of the engine, because it's not viable to replace the entire cylinder head with a billet item or something like that at this stage. But anyhow, that's what we've done. We've made a much bigger washer. It spreads the load over a greater area, and so far it's been quite successful.